It's a great pleasure to have been asked to participate in the launch of the Probation Institute. I received the invitation shortly after I'd visited Holloway Prison, where I was greatly impressed by the commitment, realism and humanity of the probation officers I met. Since then, my impression has been confirmed by a visit to another prison. And it was consistent with the impression I had of probation officers at criminal trials at which I presided, albeit that was some time ago. There are many reasons which justify the formation of the Institute, and most of them have been fully covered by previous speakers. However, I would like to add a little more on two topics. First, there is the vital role which the Institute can perform in helping to maintain, even hopefully to increase, public confidence in our criminal justice system. The two most fundamental requirements of any system of government are to maintain the rule of law and to defend the country. One of the most important features, quite possibly the most important feature of the rule of law, is the criminal justice system, in which the public both should have and in which the public do have confidence. And that, of course, means confidence in the organisations that serve the criminal justice system, the organisations which are, as it were, the substance of the system. Whenever an offence has been committed, the public rightly expect that the police will respond quickly and effectively, that the offender will be brought before the courts with a clear case to answer, that he or she will be tried fairly, and that if found guilty, he or she will receive an appropriate sentence, one that reflects the need to protect the public and the need to assist the offender, to acknowledge the wrongdoing and to help reform and rehabilitate. In addition, of course, any victim should be dealt with appropriately, with their needs recognised and so far as possible met. Ideally, victims ought to feel vindicated that justice has been served. Probation plays an absolutely central and crucial part in this demanding work. It supports courts by providing pre-sentence assessments and reports, and it supervises those on community served sentences and those on licences. As we've already heard, probation workers bring to their tasks a wide range of skills underpinned by a core set of values, which are ultimately directed towards offering offenders the opportunity for change and to support that offer through interventions. Probation also has a key role linking into other services which may be needed. Apart from these important skills and commitments, probation work requires therefore a thorough knowledge of the justice system and other systems, such as health, social services, housing and employment, to enable probation officers to provide a proper coordinated response. In other words, an effective probation service is a key component in ensuring confidence in our justice and particularly our criminal justice system. The second point I would like to make, and can be made more shortly, is that while regulation and education are very important for maintaining a high level of skill, honesty and commitment throughout any organisation, institutional culture and peer group examples are equally vital. The best way of ensuring high standards in any profession is to ensure that they are effectively taken for granted by all its members, that the high standards are, as it were, part of the DNA of all members of the profession. The existence of an institute which represents a centre of excellence for all members is a first-class way of achieving such an end. For those two reasons, as well as the other reasons which have been mentioned by others, I strongly welcome the establishment of the Probation Institute to take a lead in the professional development of those who work in probation. The workforce is, of course, the principal asset of probation, and the quality of this workforce is absolutely essential to probation's success. The need for a workforce which is knowledgeable, committed, skilled, and capable of working across organisations is reflected by the need for motivation, training and development, no matter what the future may hold. I suspect that these needs will be all the greater following the government's planned reforms, where the private, voluntary and public sectors will be required to work together. I also strongly welcome the greater involvement of academics and of the many organisations which should play an important part in rehabilitation. All this will help to sustain and I hope to increase public confidence in our criminal justice system, promoting standards and high quality work. I'm therefore very pleased and very proud to be launching the Probation Institute, which is now starting to admit its first members and to put in place an active programme of events. For the sake of all those who have done so much work to set up the Institute, for the sake of all those who work in probation, for the sake of all those who benefit from the work done by those who work in probation, and indeed for the sake of the public as a whole, for the sake of society as a whole, I wish the Probation Institute very well indeed for the future. Thank you very much indeed.